For me, I was at a church for 10 years, served there most of that time, just on the worship team, just singing, but I taught full time in the school system.
I grew up in a small town, Flagstaff, Arizona. There was about 25,000 people. It's up in the mountains. People typically think Arizona, they think sun and desert, but where I grew up there was snow, a lot of snow.
I was able to really invest in people in a different way, in a tangible way, because I was doing life with them every day from basically 7:15 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
In my days in Flagstaff, Arizona, I made a lot of poor decisions. Probably more than you'd like to know. I had a daughter. She was born in 1999. I raised her 6 years of her life. But because of my poor decisions, she ultimately ended up being taken away from me.
I was able to invest in kids, invest in teachers, invest in the staff of the school that I worked at. So for me, the big change was shifting from having that opportunity to work with those people every day, day in and day out, to now working in the church full time and having to create those opportunities for myself, going out and finding those opportunities to serve.
So at that point in my life, I had to make a change. I decided to move all the way across the country to a place called Lexington, Kentucky. You guys may have heard of it. I moved here with $1,500 cash in a suitcase. Credit was horrible. I'd burned every bridge that I could possibly burn. But I made the change because I knew that I had to find a way.
So my struggle comes with talking with people. I love people. I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. But when it comes to Jesus, it's funny because I've been in places where people get turned off by him.
When I first got here, my struggles were more than you could imagine. As a matter of fact, first day I land, I'm at the airport, I'm wearing a Tennessee sweatshirt in Kentucky. Apparently that's a really bad idea. Guy comes up here to me and says, "Boy, you got a lot of courage to wear a sweatshirt like that in a state like this."
People think Christians are hypocrites and they feel like they're very judgmental. But for me, my struggle comes with having those real authentic conversations. They say the struggle's real. For me, that struggle comes with the church building. There's a lot of people that look at the church and look at the church building and they're turned off immediately. They don't want to walk in for bad memories or from being judged. And so for me, it's letting people see that Jesus is real and he's alive. Not just in a building, but alive in his people.
When I called my buddy who was supposed to pick me up from the airport, he wouldn't answer the phone. I mean, at 2 hours, I stood at the airport thinking, what am I doing? I don't know anybody in this state. I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I just don't have a clue. I got $1,500 cash in a suitcase.
Just because I love Jesus and I accepted him as my Lord and Savior doesn't mean that my life is roses and butterflies all the time. Sometimes life sucks, it does, and I'm the first one to admit it.
And I slept on couches. I tried different odd jobs all over the place. So my life was changed, but there was plenty of struggle.
But at the end of the day, that doesn't change the fact that I still choose joy. But some people, they look at that and they think, man, he doesn't struggle, or he's always happy, or he always has his life together. I don't.
I was hanging out with people I shouldn't be hanging out with. I was doing things that I shouldn't be doing. Partying, drinking all night, drugging, doing whatever I had to do to make a buck. I went through these struggles for years. And as the time ticked by, I kept thinking to myself, you know, what am I doing? Why am I going through this? Why is God allowing me to struggle in this way?
It's making Jesus tangible for people. It's meeting people where they are and having those real hard conversations, letting them see and experience Jesus coming out of me. So just like the struggle with this rain, trying to talk, trying to portray different things, trying to explain myself.
I can tell you I've learned so much from my children. I've watched them go from these little aliens that just lay there and blibber and blabber and poop and pee, and that's pretty much all they do. They just lay there. They really can't do much. But it's crazy because you can watch as time goes by, their mind will start to change. And the contentment that they have just laying on the ground, just laying in one spot, that contentment, it shifts. There's a change mentally. They decide, wait a minute, I need to go over there. I want to be where they are. I'm not okay being right here anymore.
There's different tools that we can use. For me, standing out in this rain, this umbrella, it protects me. It covers me. That's the tool that I have for when it rains. For sharing Jesus, I just want people to see that He's real and He's alive in my life. So I place myself in situations where they can see Him work in me. I put myself in situations and I put myself around people that necessarily may not believe the same things that I do, but they know me and they love me and they love the Jesus in me, sometimes even if they don't know it.
So of course, here I was. I'm in this new state and I've made a change, but I'm still dealing with struggle. What I didn't realize at the time, and I've come to realize now, is that struggle is what caused growth. Those days where I slept on buses or I had nowhere to go or I had lost faith in God, all of those days were building these muscles up in me. They were making me stronger.